The Augustine Literacy Project of the Upstate has been serving young, economically disadvantaged, struggling readers in our community for 20 years. And we've got some really special people on the show to tell us how you can get involved, because they need more volunteers. So we've got Sandy Smith. She is the executive director and a volunteer tutor. Denise Ruby is the board chair and a volunteer tutor. Ladies, thanks for joining us. I gave like a little tiny synopsis of what the Augustine Literacy Project is about, but tell us kind of what you do and why you were founded.
Sure. So we were founded in the Upstate in 2006 to serve students that could never afford a tutor. And so we know that lots of children are struggling to read. We believe in early intervention, so we work with kindergarten through third grade students, and we work with them one-on-one, so we meet them exactly where they're at.
Love that.
And I think we all remember too, if you were ever having trouble struggling with reading, and you have to read out in front of everyone else, it really forces you not wanting to read, and there are lots of studies that show that the early childhood literacy, getting them at that age is really like sets you up for your future success.
That's right. They call that the Matthew effect. With reading, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. So struggling readers tend to fall farther and farther behind.
Because can you imagine trying to keep up? Like, the more you go up in school, it's hard for people that can read. I can't even imagine if you can't read and you're trying to
comprehend.
I mean, oh my gosh.
That's true. And those third grade reading goals are so important, because up until third grade, children are developing their reading skills. After that, we expect them to be able to read to learn. And if they don't have the science vocabulary, the history vocabulary, social studies, they're just lost.
And those mentors are so critical, because if the parent didn't necessarily have a good literacy program growing up, they're just going to pass that along. It becomes a generational curse, and a lot of times it's socioeconomically linked, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. And as a volunteer tutor, that connection to that child really helps them to achieve that learning component that they don't get in the classroom. One-on-one, we make a connection with our child. They respond, we get to know them, we know their interests, so we key into what they like. We give them books that support their interests, kind of diverse in what looks like them, and it really is something that you get feedback as a volunteer as well. It's the child is achieving, but you are getting such a reward as a volunteer as well.
Are you looking for more volunteers, and is anyone eligible to be one?
Yeah, so we are always recruiting for volunteers. We have training classes coming up in July and August, and people can contact us to get more information about signing up for training. It's a long-term commitment. We ask people to donate at least 60 lessons after training. So working with a student for a whole school year, or maybe over 2 school years, to meet that commitment for us.
But I'm sure that relationship is strong, though. Once you start seeing that kid really thrive and learn and really want to read more books, get more books, and there's some grades in school go up, I'm sure you're really going to be linked to that young person.
For sure. We call those the light bulb moments, right? It's so exciting when something clicks for a student.
Our tagline is tutor one child, change 2 lives. And for me, that is correct, because I was not an educator, but I love kids. And when my children became adults, I was looking for a volunteer opportunity that gave me that same feedback with a child. And one that didn't have the opportunities like my children did was so much more rewarding. So once you make that connection, once you see them progress with just that one-on-one relationship, you're hooked, and 10 years later, I'm the chair.
So you're definitely passionate about it. How do kids get matched up with y'all?
Sure. So we work in schools and after-school programs, and the program recommends the children to us. So it's based on their socioeconomic status and also how they're doing with their reading skills. And then we pre-assess so that we know exactly where to start working with the students, and then we post-test to be able to show progress. And we've shown that after a minimum of 30 lessons, students go up in every category that we measure.
Wow.
That's you're changing lives. If you want to be a part of it, and I loved your saying.
Tutor one child, change 2 lives.
So
absolutely.
Good. Guys, the website is right there on your screen. Go to that so you can get more information and let's change some lives, because reading is so much fun and so valuable, and just we want to make sure everybody can do it.
Thank you for the work that you guys do. We really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
And take a short break. More YC coming up after this.